world where the United States dollar has dominated as the global reserve currency for decades, there are rumblings of change on the horizon. The Indian rupee is being touted as a potential replacement for the American greenback, and this prospect has caused quite a stir in financial circles around the globe. The reasons behind India's rise to prominence as a possible challenger to the US dollar are manifold. For one thing, India's economy is growing at an impressive 6 to 7% rate, with experts predicting that it could become the world's third largest by 2030. Additionally, India boasts a large population and abundant natural resources, factors which make it an attractive investment destination. There are also geopolitical factors at play here. With tensions between China and the USA running high, many countries may be looking to diversify their foreign exchange reserves away from dollars. If more nations begin investing heavily in alternative currencies like the rupee, it could spell trouble for America's status as a dominant economic power. In this article, we'll explore these issues in greater depth and examine whether or not the Indian rupee truly has what it takes to replace the almighty dollar. Reasons behind the possibility of the Indian rupee replacing the American dollar. The possibility of the Indian rupee replacing the American dollar has garnered attention in recent times. There are various reasons behind this potential shift, which could have significant implications for India and the global economy. Firstly, the United States of America is facing economic challenges that may weaken its currency's position as a reserve currency. The pandemic-induced recession and increasing national debt are some factors contributing to this. Moreover, India's growing economic power and geopolitical influence make it a strong contender for taking over as a reserve currency. Its large population, diverse economy, and stable political system offer investors confidence in its growth prospects. Besides, India has been pushing for internationalizing the rupee by signing bilateral trade agreements with other countries using their currencies instead of dollars. However, several challenges remain before such a transition can occur. The US remains one of India's largest trading partners, hence any abrupt move towards decoupling from the dollar could harm both economies severely. Additionally, there will be resistance from existing major players like China and Russia who also seek to challenge the dominance of the US dollar. Consequences of such a change for India and the global economy. The possibility of the Indian rupee replacing the American dollar is not just an exciting prospect but also one that has far-reaching consequences. For India, this would mean a tremendous boost in its international standing and influence, resulting in increased investments, trade opportunities, and more jobs. It could lead to greater financial stability for the country as well as better access to credit at lower interest rates. However, such change would not be without challenges. One major consequence of this shift would be its impact on the global economy. As the US dollar is currently used as a reserve currency by many countries around the world, any move away from it could destabilize markets and cause fluctuations in exchange rates. This means that India must tread carefully when altering the status quo regarding global finance. Given these possible outcomes, what are some of the potential roadblocks facing India if it decides to replace the American dollar? Well, there will need to be significant policy changes made both domestically and internationally. Additionally, there may be resistance from other powerful nations who don't want their currencies to lose ground against India's new monetary power. Nevertheless, with careful planning and strategic implementation, India can overcome these obstacles and usher in a new era of economic prosperity for itself, and perhaps even become a model for other emerging economies looking to do the same thing. Challenges that India would face in replacing the American dollar. The idea of the Indian rupee replacing the American dollar as a global currency is not only ambitious but also daunting. It would require significant effort and resources on India's part to make this vision a reality. The challenges that the country faces in achieving this goal are numerous, ranging from economic to geopolitical hurdles. Firstly, one of the most significant obstacles that India will face in attempting to replace the US dollar with its currency is establishing trust among other countries. The US dollar has been the dominant global reserve currency for decades. Hence, it holds immense power and value worldwide. Convincing other nations to adopt a new currency requires credibility, which may take time and patience. Secondly, there may be resistance from powerful economies such as China, Russia, or Japan, which have their agendas revolving around international trade in dollars. They might not support this move by India due to diplomatic reasons. Thirdly, it could lead to an increase in inflation rates if India does not handle matters properly. With more money being printed and circulated globally, prices of goods could go up drastically, leading to market instability. Lastly, implementing such a massive change involves various costs which can put pressure on India's economy during these challenging times of the COVID-19 pandemic, where every penny counts. In conclusion, while replacing the American dollar with the Indian rupee sounds like an exciting prospect for some people, it comes with several challenges that need addressing before any steps towards actualization can occur. This process will require careful consideration and planning, since even minor errors could end up costing India heavily both economically and diplomatically.